There we go, we're live. That looks good. We got chill lo-fi Pokemon music playing, theoretically. Hopefully. Just turn the light back on. I'm sorry, baby boy. Oh, you don't like that, I know. He might start crying, we'll see. Okay, well, let's get into the review. I've been using this mouse for a little bit. It's pretty good. Build quality's not the best, but like something about the shape works for me. Where did I put my dongle for? Oh, there's the dongle. Alright. Royal Kludge MG5. I don't think many people actually even know about this mouse. So, it is... There's different trim levels, but I got the, like, Save the Oceans edition, which features this speckled... Is that coming through? Yeah. Is my camera blurry? Maybe. Yeah, I have like a halo around the white stuff. Anyway, I guess I can't do a whole lot about it. Okay, so GPX Dex Mini. Let's first talk about shape. It's definitely smaller than a normal Dex. I don't have a Dex here, but I do have an A7 and it is definitely smaller in hand. Oh yeah, I mean, it feels shorter overall. Less hump presence because it's not as tall. The side buttons are like located similarly. The shape is very similar where you have this swooping thumb curve, but then as you get towards the front you have a pretty like straight flat sided mouse towards the front like a Dex does. Let's talk about build quality. Could be better if I'm being totally honest. There's not really a whole lot of button movement, which is good to see. In fact, the gap between the two buttons is rather small. Looks marblish. Yeah, it doesn't feel marblish. I'll get to that in a minute. Unfortunately, there is like definitely some side flex. I'm actuating both side buttons here by pressing here. That's kind of disappointing to see. The back hump is solid. The base is surprisingly solid also. Yeah, so I guess it could be better. It's like I would call it like a 5 or 6 out of 10. I only paid like $30 some for this mouse, but these are on AliExpress for I think around 55 to 60 before coupons and cashback. So if you can get it down to like $40 after everything's all said and done, that's pretty darn solid, especially since this is the only Dex Mini that I really know on the market. One shape change I guess to note is there are like ridges here. You don't really feel these in use. Like you can even see them. They look like they propagate far back, but they don't. I don't know. Maybe if you do like roll your fingers over here, you'll feel it. Maybe you like having a little bit of a ledge there, but at least where I place my fingers, I don't even touch it, especially since the mouse is so small. I actually do touch the ridge here on a larger Dex shape, but not on a smaller one. Have I even weighed this? I should do like an overview of the specs and everything. It has a dongle storage compartment here, but it's not really usable. It is using this dongle. This is like their other Royal Kludge dongles. I'm gonna guess like 49.89. Oh no, it's heavy. 54.51. Okay, we're gonna have to fix that in this stream, huh? So I don't know if they plan on doing lower end releases with smaller dongles. Maybe. The door's like in there really good too. Let's see. Specs. So there's white, black, and Save the Oceans. 55 plus or minus 2 grams. Ooh, 650 milliamp hour battery? Delicious. Happy Friday, people, says Kuma-chan FPS. Hey there. Oh, I need to start up my messaging service too so I can get the old notifications from you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, since it's $39.50, so I guess that's actually, I paid $30 for a $39.50 mouse. That's crazy. There's dimensions. This is not on ELO shaped yet. 119 by 68, 65 by 42. So it's rather tall. Plus or minus 2 millimeters is a crazy tolerance. So that's not true. And it is 8K hertz compatible. I only run it on 1K hertz though. And then inside of the box, we had a cable, which is actually pretty nice. Kind of reminds me of like Razor's cables. It's not bad. And weirdly, I got these clear plastic. What the heck are these, Lauren? I got plastic dots. Yeah, I'm all done with that chair. So, just be careful, hun. Hey, are you trying to go back to your spot here?
I was trying to re-up her bed, but she had a
Okay. This has grease on it. Yes, I can move it. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Just if you sit in this, you have to be really careful of that one wheel. Okay. Hey, look at that trade. Watch the tail, Nova. Alright, silly doggy. Yeah? And I'll turn on this fan here, too. Oh, the baby might not like that fan. Oh, the dog's in my place, too. Okay. So we were talking cable. We have a manual. Is there anything interesting in the manual? I don't really think so. I don't think that's what you guys are here for. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know in chat what these circles are for. There's no text or anything on them. Like, I know Owla mice have had these things, and it'll have like a logo. So you can put it in the specs, so you can put it on the bottom of the mouse. Oh, you did actually get a popsicle. That's not breast milk, is it? Lime flavored? I hope, dude. That... Uh-huh. I mean, do you blame me for thinking that? It is that, like, creamy, frozen look. No, not really. I'm good. Okay, where were we? Weight and balance. Definitely rear heavy. Like, yeah, if you're in line with the sensor, it's going to be a little bit back heavy. So center mass is kind of in line with the center of the back button. Side buttons, they're fine. They're decently large. They don't have a whole lot of shell sinking. They do have some teeter-totter. Not an unacceptable amount. Yeah, these are actually pretty good. Not a whole lot of travel. These are probably using mini micro switches, little 2-pin. My rear button seems a little bit shallow and not as tactile. I noticed these mini micro switches have more variance. Scroll wheel is quite good. It's got a nice rebound. It feels like it's using a full-size micro switch. It's rather large, especially compared to the rest of the mouse in size. Good rubber on it. It's soft and nicely textured. The scroll wheel steps are decently tactile. Maybe 7 or 8 out of, 7 out of 10 tactility. Like, it's enough where I don't think I'm gonna change it, but personally I wish it was maybe a little bit more tactile. Yeah, it's not as tactile as this A7 Re here, though. I don't know if I swapped the encoder in that. Coding. So, coding is something that I actually have some beef with this mouse. I don't know if it's just the Save the Oceans recycled plastic edition, but the coating feels slippery. It is definitely a coating, though. It's not. A lot of people confuse plastic finishes with coating. It's not a textured plastic. It is definitely a coating. It does not feel rubberized. It feels like a spray-on. It feels like what a spray-on like lubricant would be, like a PTFE or something. With dry hands, it's actually quite slippery and kind of frustrating to use. I noticed, though, in actual use, like using it at work, especially since it is a smaller mouse, which I usually grip a little bit more firm, I am totally fine with it. I do wish it was different, though. I borderline would prefer just a textured plastic mouse. The bottom of the mouse is uncoated. I don't know if you guys, if it really comes through on camera, but the bottom is, feels like a GPX. It feels like untextured, or like very, very slightly textured plastic. And then this feels much more smooth. I had a good analogy that I can't think of off the top of my head what I said before. In a previous live stream, I unboxed this and gave initial impressions. Yeah, I don't remember how I described this. Oh, I remember now. Wax paper. I described it kind of like wax paper. Wax paper, it feels like sort of glossy, you know? But if you like if you have like dry hands and you rub on it, it's not like grippy like other glossy plastics are. It feels like there's a film to it. That's not rubbery. If you have Owla mice, like the Owla V9 series or SC900, those feel similar to this. Or the Lingbao M9. I'm probably the only person who has all these mice. Skates are kind of disappointing. They did come with a really thin plastic film on them that I peeled off. These are actually like weirdly fast skates. They feel like old school skates. They're nicely rounded. I'm glad the front one is big. I like to see that because, again, when you're pressing and holding and tracking, you're usually putting more force towards the top of the mouse. They're rather thin, though. I bet you we're going to take these off and they're going to feel thin and cheap. Performance felt fine. No wireless interference at work or anything. Oh, I forgot to take off the film. Wow, I've been using it all this time with this film on the... Lol. Whoops-a-daisy. Yeah, no problems at work, which is usually where I have wireless interference problems, and the little bit of gaming that I did, it felt fine. So, I mean, don't come to me for performance results. I'll just let you know if there's like a glaring issue. So, value, I think if you're in the market for a GPX Dex Mini, this is like the only option currently. The Save the Oceans edition thing is like neat. I don't know. I feel like if you're an environmentalist, you just don't buy the product to begin with. But the texturing is kind of cool. I get the impression this is just a gimmick. Like it looks printed on rather than being integral to the plastic. I could be wrong with that though. We'll disassemble it and we'll see. Like the fact that there are different shades of blue, like as if some are, I don't know if the idea was to make some look closer to the surface and some farther, but to me it just looks like it's printed at different darknesses. 650 milliamp hour battery. Yeah, I'm excited. So if you guys have any questions or any, oh wait, what did I say about value? I wouldn't pay like $60. This is not like Cyrox level quality. It's not bad though. This is definitely above like what a $30-40 Kaisona mouse would be. So if you're looking for a Dex Mini and you can snag this for like $50-ish, I think it's pretty solid. The thing just to watch out for really is the coating. Everything else I think is... Oh, did I not talk about clicks? I've missed clicks. The clicks, they are somewhat tactile, a little bit on the heavier side actually. They sound a little bit hollow, but they actually do have... They're not like super spammable to me because they're a little bit stiff, but they do have like a nice tightness to them. I don't think they're bad, but they're not good. They're like a 6 out of 10 for me. I personally like a lighter switch, and I'll probably solder an Armor Opticals. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions in chat or want any shape comparisons. I'm going to get into the disassembly, and I'm going to take some pictures for the old Reddit. Was it good, Lauren? Pretty good. Not as good as raspberry. Man, when she gets her popsicle, she just does not move. No, she's fine. It's just funny how she gets so in the zone, you know? Save the oceans, Lauren. Yeah, this mouse is supposed to... They market it as being made out of recycled ocean plastics. It's just like one colorway of 3 though, so that has me kind of doubting if it's actually even anything. Okay, so let's get the pry tool out. I'm not having like any chat engagement. I hope that like audio is coming through okay. I think it is. Okay. All right. It's fine, says Rarzies. Thank you, Rarzies. I appreciate you. Yeah, this is, I hope, dude, 650 milliamp hours. I am excited. Dude, that was a selling point of this mouse. This is gonna drop the weight significantly. I also don't know what the switches are. Should I try to guess? Okay, the adhesive on the skates is actually pretty decent. It feels like these are easy to take apart skates. I'm gonna say they're like a Huano transparent blue shell pink dot, but they have kind of a hollow feedback. I'm doing click training at the moment while listening. Oh, right on, dude. Yeah, his eyes are closed. Occasionally he moves his hands a little bit. The Matt is doing a good job blocking the light from him, which is good. Yeah, these feel like some Attack Shark skates, dude. These are thin. They feel like a harder plastic. Like when I peeled them off, they kind of wanted to bend. 1.37 grams in skates. Okay. I like to get a picture of the bottom of the mouse. I'm actually going to peel off that middle skate too. I don't really think, does it do much? It is raised. I feel like it's just going to cause more problems though. It's kind of a cheap feeling skate. .1 grams on that skate, huh? All right, where did I put that piece of paper? Daz says he might try to join, which should be fun. He says he's currently working on putting his kids to bed though, so I don't know how long that would take. Daz says he might. He saw that I was live streaming, and he likes to hang out and chit chat while he like edits videos. So again, this is how I store my skates if anyone cares, is you know, I don't think I've had to change the batteries in my scale yet. Maybe I have once. Anyway, I just take some packaging tape, I fold it over on itself, and then it's like a nice sticky surface for the skates where they don't come off easily. But when you do want to peel them off, they don't leave behind residue and don't get all difficult on you. Did you get Super Strike 2? No, I did not. Daz and I talked about it on Mousecast, and now I don't really have any interest. Daz did order one, though I think it's like, he got it from Amazon, and Amazon's seeing it like 2-day shipping, but nope, it's back ordered. Yeah, what's up, Lauren? Okay, I'll use that one first. Yeah, I'll use that one first then. Yeah, I see that you label them. Oh, did I get a picture of the bottom? Yeah, the bottom is very much a Dex. Like, it's... All these photos will be going to Reddit also, guys. A lot of hype, IDK. Yeah, no, I mean, it is a very innovative product. I don't think there's any way around that. It sounds like a lot of reviews. I don't think anyone is like, oh, this feels like utter crap. I mean, maybe there's going to be some of those people, but for the most part, people are like, yeah, no, this feels different and not worse. So I don't love the GPX shape. So, like, I'm not running out to buy it. Plus, I also don't spend full price on mice, like, ever. $180, no thanks. Alright, you gotta make sure there's no hidden screw behind the door. That would suck. Have I ever broken a mouse before? Like, forgetting a screw? I think I have. Oh, nice. We have Omron Mechanicals. Okay, wow. That's why they felt kind of spongy and okay. I'm surprised they're so hollow sounding. Okay. Like, I thought we have a full-size Huano black shell red dot for the main switch. Do you think they'd release an orange Super Strike like ATK? An orange one? No. That's like an ATK thing. If they were to do a blue one someday, maybe. But I think they're really going to lean into that black and white branding where they make differently colored buttons because they're trying to highlight that the buttons are something special. 2 grams on the scroll wheel, which is a little bit of a bummer to see. Upper shell, pretty lightweight, not the thinnest walls, which is good to see. This indeed does have the speckling all the way through. So I guess it really does have. Yeah, that's interesting. So the inside's not coated. Mini micro 2-pin 90-degree switches on the inside like I thought. Yeah, the buttons, these are a little bit spongy for my taste. I will keep them as is, but I'm going to swap into Omron Opticals for sure. Why don't we get a picture here? Encoder is Quano 13mm dust-proof black with a pink core. I'm around 100 million mechanicals. These are actually a nicely consistent pair. They might have binned these, dude. Yeah, these actually feel good for Omron mechanicals. They are not... They have a nice tactility. Usually my problem with Omron mechanicals is they don't have a strong tactile point. So they just feel kind of spongy. If this is a 650 milliamp hour battery, that does not look all that big. And there's a battery carrier too, which is also the recycled plastic. Interesting. I wonder if all of them are recycled plastic and it's just this one has like a clear coating and the other ones have a black or white coating. That would be interesting to see if there's like a Billy disassembly. Okay, we have two microcontrollers on this. I don't really know. So one is a ARM BY4865H. And the other one is a Pixar PXI or PAR2862QN. Okay, 13mm encoder, bummer. So I'm not really gonna be able to replace that easily. Like I won't be able to do my usual helps. Okay. Well, we got a couple good pictures there. Decently small PCB. That's good. Good to see a rather efficient PCB design. Battery. Let's get the battery weight. There we go. It's using a 1.25 millimeter JST RTB pinout. I'm gonna guess 11.76. Oh, dang. 10 grams even. From a 650, that's very impressive. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Hi, Halo Parasito. Good to see you again. Switch back to the live chat and see if I have missed any messages. Yeah, I predicted that people were going to copy the... I don't think I predicted copying, but I was like, people are going to get used to the Super Strikes Black buttons, and that's going to be like, it's going to be normalized. Even though I remember when there were first pictures of it, everyone was like, oh, it looks so cursed. And then here we are after we've seen so many pictures in our Twitter news feeds. It's pretty normalized. Was it... Remember you guys the Pulsar by You customization program? And you could do different colored clicks on that. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna label this one. RK MG5. And it is 10.00 grams. Right on the money. Right, it's going to be even less now because I took off the adhesive. Oh, I did weigh it without the adhesive. Okay. Cool. Okay. Garbage. Take a look at this battery tray here. We won't be needing a battery tray at all where we're going with teeny tiny little batteries. Yeah, the custom pulsar mice was a cool idea. They need to release it with their crazy light branding. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just not going to take off for them. 0.97 grams. I was going to guess about a gram for this. This sled is also using the recycled plastic. Phalanges, I have a problem with the MShow's A7 Ultra. Sometimes the scroll clicks doesn't work. Do you think if I change the switch it would work fine? Probably. Just make sure there's no like software issue that you made an oopsie on, you know? If the click is feeling a little bit weird too, then that might be indicative of a problem. You said it's the scroll click? Yeah. So middle mouse button. Yeah, just try replacing it. If it's under warranty, obviously RMA it. Alright, PCB is going to be like, I'm going to say 8.88 grams. Oh, darn, that's heavy. 10.5? Huh. Where's all the weight coming from? The encoder? Yeah, encoders are kind of heavy. It is a little bit of a thicker PCB, I suppose. Okay. I'll get a shot of the bottom of the PCB also, because why not? We are using the smaller 3950/3395 lens, so I like to see that. It's a little bit lighter weight. And the base weight, this is going to be low. It's going to be like 6 or 7. Yeah. It's a rather small mouse. And the upper here, did I get I don't know if I got a good photo of this, so I will get a couple here. Again, all of these will be posted to Reddit. Alright. Well, why don't we start with the let's do the battery swap first, huh? Do the battery swap, then we'll do a switch swap. Okay. So for the battery, I will grab one of my bajillion 150 milliamp hours. I gave Daz 13, dude. I bet he's not going to do a single one. I don't know, maybe he'll be inspired and do like one day. Okay, well I just rubbed that off. I'm smart. Okay, we're going to have to solder in a new connector. So we're going to grab my JST 1.25 connector bin. These are all my connectors. I just get these from AliExpress. You can get them pretty cheap, like 20 of them for like $1 or $2. Yeah, maybe 10 cents, 10 cents each. And then to get the little connectors out, why don't I trim these actually? I'll go a little bit shorter. Sometimes I'll go based on where I can mount the battery. We'll decide how long my cable length is. If I wanted to go back here, oh, I could do that with a very short cable. I think that's what I'll opt for. Yeah. The PCB seems a bit front heavy, so I'll put the battery in the back. So we're going to shorten up these cables here because I can. And same goes for the battery here. I try not to cut them all at the same time. I don't know if that's like a bad thing to cut them all at the same time, because like you are temporarily shorting it very briefly. Okay, and sometimes if my fingernails are firm enough, I could just, yeah, there we go. No need for wire strippers, huh? I probably am due for a fingernail trim. Isn't it something like toenails grow at like exactly half the rate of fingernails? I don't know if that's true or if that's just an internetism that I heard. So I like to use a knife to get these out here. All I'm doing is I'm just prying up on those plastic fingers to slide these out. I had a pretty good job interview yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. It was an all-day interview. I'm hopeful that I get an offer. I kind of came back from it, like the end of the interview, there was a technical portion that was like on purpose very difficult, and I did not do well on the technical portion from like a technical standpoint. I just kind of flopped, but I talked through it really well, and I think I demonstrated like really good willingness to learn and adaptability. You know, I only got like halfway on a lot of the problems. And then discuss, and I mean, they said that like the technical questions were really hard and they expected discussion from them. But, you know, a little bit of imposter syndrome is like, oh shoot, I know less than I remember. You know, stuff from back in college, they were like college type questions, like equation derivations. I'm a mechanical engineer. Anyway, I hope I get an offer. It seemed like a good place to work and a good team. It'd be the biggest company I've worked at. So I don't know if that would be a struggle, but I don't know if like what does my gut tell me is going to happen? I feel like I am going to get an offer from them. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to be less than I want. I don't know, maybe this is just the imposter syndrome thing. The longer I've thought about it, the better I have felt about how I did in the interview. Like, again, the interview was an all-day, 8-hour long ordeal, and it was honestly fun. It's just that very last technical portion just left a bad taste in my mouth. But I don't know, I hope that also only represents a fraction of the time that I spent there. So I gotta not beat myself up about it. And I mean, I did the best thing I could. I remember sitting there, like, doing the test and thinking to myself, I'm not going to get these right. So I guess the best thing I can do is write down my thought process. And then when we go to review it, just be humble and accept that I don't know it and be honest and ask to, like, learn and walk through it. And I think they like that. So, because they did say earlier that the position, it's an R&D position. And so they really want very curious people who are always wanting to learn. So, oh, this is like, this song is a remix, dude. This is taking me back. This is a remix of I played a lot of Pokemon Ruby. It's definitely the Pokemon game I had the most time in. It's pretty cool to hear. Is this the Pokemart music or the Poke Center music? Anyway, do you guys in chat have any, like, interview stories, either as the interviewer or interviewee, that's interesting? I don't know if I have many others. I remember we did a group interview for a sales guy at a startup that I was at, and it was just, like, really cringy in hindsight. We had him, like, prepare a slide presentation, and he had to, like, sell himself on the position, and it was a group interview, and in hindsight that just was, like, really poorly executed. But whatever, they tried something. We ended up not even hiring the guy. I don't know why, but okay. Battery is all soldered. So now what I do for heat shrink is I have a bunch of this clear heat shrink that I got from AliExpress ages ago, and I pre-trim it into short little segments. And I like clear because then you can see the quality of the solder joint beneath the clear. And I never bother getting out the heat gun for something like this. That is way too much effort. So I always just run the little Bic Dollar Tree lighters. Unfortunately, my fan is blowing like right at me, so we'll see if we can do this. Oh yeah, sorry, that was a little bit off screen. Yeah, they really don't need much heat at all. Much heat. Okay. Back to the connectors. So we were red, thermistor, black. Red. Nice. Thermistor, black. What are your thoughts on third-party replacement metal scroll wheels? Yeah, they're cool. I definitely am glad that they're, like, an option. They're often expensive. Have you guys noticed that? They're like 20 bucks on AliExpress. I don't know. For Zims, is there, like, a more affordable route to go? They also need to have, like, more aggressive knurling. I don't know why companies are so afraid of, like, having nice, grippy, pointy knurling on a metal wheel. Like Pulsar's metal wheels, they're, like, too rounded. Yeah, like the only one who does it well, Jakku was talking about on Mousecast, is the VGN F2, which is not metal, but it's, like, textured instead of being rubberized. I don't know why it's, like, such a difficult thing for companies to do. I don't know. I comment in reviews, I comment on the scroll wheel texturing quality, if it's, like, grippy or not, because it's just insane how some companies don't. get that right. It's like this is a very solved thing. Oh, do I want to change the encoder? I don't think so. I don't think I'll have another. I don't have many 13 millimeters, and other than TTC golds, and this feels like a TTC gold. This is a Huano 13, not million, 13 millimeter tall. Yeah. There's like an outline here that's larger around the sensor lens that makes me, it looks like a 3311 lens. I wonder if they'll do a 3311 variant of this, because they do with the Royal Kludge MG or M3, sorry. All right, let's do an Omron optical swap. I'm actually going to try to keep these Omron mechanicals. These actually feel quite nice. Oh, this is another Pokemon song that I recognize. Let's see, where is this used in the game? It'll tell me in this, won't it? Little Root Town, okay. Yeah, I recognize this one, I think, because there was a route I would cycle up and down because it would... You need to get steps to hatch eggs, right? Egg hatching was based on steps. There's a route I would go with the bicycle up and down and up and down. And it terminated in Little Root Town. Oh yeah. Oh, these all feel pretty good. I'm happy with those. That was just a little bit of Omron optical switch binning right there. And then we'll go ahead and fry this up. I have a video on my channel if anyone is curious how I put Omron opticals in every single mouse, even mechanical ones. I have a video on my channel how. The process is you take out the transmitter and receivers, then you make a solder icicle, Phalange's trademark term. Oh, don't open up on me, bitch. And then you solder it like a normal switch. No, if we don't bug him, he's sleeping. Yeah, yeah, baby Phalanges is doing real good. Nice and quiet, I like it. Hello, I'm planning to get the McHose L7 Ultra Plus, and I wanted to hot swap battery. Just want to know what the battery life would be like if I do a swap. We'll just take the advertised numbers and then divide it by, I mean, what you're going from like 500 milliamp hour to 150. So it's going to be like less than a third. It's pretty much linear like that. It's not really rocket science. I mean, maybe a little bit less efficient because I don't know, like, you know, as you get to the ends of the lithium ion batteries, right, as you use them up, there's less and less voltage potential, so like you can't fully drain them absolutely to 0%, like 0.000%. You know, there's a little bit of electron still remaining on the anode side. All right, there's one solder icicle. That one actually might have been too big. I don't know if it's gonna fit through a hole. Oh, that one was too big too. Damn, these are some fat icicles. Look at that. Chonky. Yeah, something I'm learning as a YouTuber is I think sometimes I take questions too seriously. And people just want like a simple, straightforward answer. I'd be a terrible teacher because I would like care too much about like really detailed questions, and kids would just be like, yeah, you already answered it 5 sentences ago. So I'm working on being a little bit faster. This music sounds familiar too. But they're all like remixes, so the tune is the same, but you know, well, it's a remix, so it's like ever so slightly different. Yeah. Wow, come out, what the heck? Well, I might ruin this switch. I might have toasted that. I put a lot of heat into that. It just like would not come out. Yeah. Might have toasted this one. That one pen got all melty. So what happens with switches, you like how you toast the switches, you put too much heat into it and it'll melt. I could show you guys here. See how that middle pin is crooked? It's also like bulged out a little bit. Yeah, because the heat just like melts the plastic that holds the pins in. Anywho, does it still click? It still clicks, it still feels good. Might still be workable. Yo, where are you buying that L7 Plus? That is a good question. I can't believe they discontinued it. Literally one of their, if like their best release. What a disappointment. Wait, I need this still. What am I doing? I probably should have put down the hard mat because I'm gonna make a mess here. Here's a question for you guys in chat. What was the Pokemon game that got you into the franchise? I feel like we all should have an answer for that, right? Yellow is what Lauren said. Nice. Yeah, yellow was the first one I had too. Oh, did I toast that solder pad? No, okay. It just is like kind of weird and brown looking. Yep. Rip. Do you guys want to see my dog? My first Pokemon was Silver. Oh, another really good one. Oh, dang. I had Crystal. Yeah, dude. Those were good games. Ugh. You played Crystal a lot? Yeah. Yeah, that was my peak. Yeah. I should show off my dog on stream, Lauren. She's really cute. What is she doing? Yeah, she's real cute. What a good doggy. Alright, we'll show you guys the dog. Fire Red was your first one? Wow, yeah. Or the one that got you into the franchise, I guess, is what I asked. Hi, puppy. Oh, she moved her foot. Don't die, Lauren. A silly dog. I don't know. Apparently, I didn't plug in my webcam here, so... Is it low battery? Oh, it's 27%. Okay, it's charging. Nova cam. I know. Nova, no. Oh, well, Joey's... Yeah, he's in your spot. See? Yeah. Hi, baby girl. Oh, yeah. You want to go to bed, Nova? You always want to go to bed. Yeah, you love bed. Look at that dog butt. Sorry, you guys didn't get to see the dog butt on camera. It was fluffy, though. Reports indicate dog butt is fluffy. More at 11. Okay. Yeah, these ones are like too big to go through the hole, so I like melted it as I put it into the hole. Oh baby, get in there. Maybe we just wiggle it. If we just wiggle it around, I need a lubricant. Cool, that actually went down better than I thought. Easy peasy. Alright. I'm gonna plug this in and see if we have clicky clicks. Always gotta test before you reassemble. Unless you really hate yourself. Do you guys have any podcasts you recommend? I listen to a lot of podcasts at work. Sorry, the window sounds are me. I apologize for that. But yeah, you guys have any podcasts you recommend? I'm not really like the Yard kind of person, like Ludwig. A little bit. I like more like science-y history type stuff. Yeah. I'm open to suggestions. Nicholas Fuentes podcast. Isn't he a political guy? I don't really know if I want like partisan politic podcasts though. Right, isn't he? I could be wrong. Does this go like this? How does this go here? Oh, I had it right, okay. Okay, what is this not going down onto? It's not the scroll wheel, which I will have to lube the scroll wheel here. There we go. Ah, these holes are just a little bit tough to align, these pins. Okay. Yeah, okay, the PCB's like not, those holes are like not perfectly aligned. Interesting. All right. So for screws, the battery tray, I might have to trim those feet off and use those feet as spacers. Maybe not actually. But I recommend a podcast called Darknet Diaries. It's about cybercrime and digital security. Oh, cool. Okay. Is it like real stories or is it fiction? That sounds neat. Yeah, I'll try that one out. And what do you like about it? Is it like, are the hosts like really good, or is it just like really, really well written or something? I don't know, the longest podcast I've listened to has been the WAN show. I don't listen to it in podcast format though. So before I did these Disassembly live streams live for you guys, I'd be listening to the LTT WAN show on a Friday night. And it's not because like Linus Tech Tips is a channel. I'm not like, I think it would be fair to call me a fan, but I'm not I don't like watch every video at release or even most of them, but I do watch the WAN show quite a bit. At least I used to. Then I started streaming these and now I don't so much. But it's just been interesting seeing somebody like grow a business. And all the controversies and stuff are fun. I'm here for that. Because I've actually been following Linus Tech Tips since like 2012 or 2011. I don't know, I was in high school. We need we're gonna need a foam here. Man, I've had this 3M adhesive roll forever. And it's just, I use so little, you know? Like going all the way around, I'm gonna get like 20 mice out of it, maybe more. these papers are, these little red plastics are sometimes tough to get off. So sometimes you got to use a knife instead of tweezers. Here I am using diagonal cutters. Big brain. I was prepared in the like tell me a bit about yourself. I mentioned that I do some YouTube stuff on the side, right? Because like when they ask me, you know, something about, you know, tell me a bit about yourself, obviously there's, you know, the corpo speak things that you can say, but I feel like generally you want to say something that's at least a little bit interesting, something that makes you a little bit more memorable. So I threw out that I do YouTube, and they're like, oh, what do you do? And I mentioned, oh, I have a podcast. And I realized in hindsight that was a little bit risky if they had followed up with, oh, what's your podcast about? Which I guess maybe that's not risky, but I probably would have just said like gaming adjacent. I wouldn't have named it. I don't know. I tell Daz actually has people who at work, because he works with like young, you know, in a tech type space where young people who use computers, so they're aware of like gaming mice, you know, not to this crazy extent that we are, but they're at least aware. But me, I just work with like a bunch of boomers who all use like wired mice. The most enthusiast that somebody, oh interesting, somebody bought that. Okay, that's a bummer. I was gonna recommend that to a guy. The most enthusiast that someone gets is they have one of these cutting mats as their mouse pad. Like as crazy as things get. Okay. So we got the battery. Let's take a picture for Reddit. I got the scroll wheel weight. I got all the subcomponent weights. Yep, battery, okay. Got Amron optical soldered in. Take a photo of this. Take a photo of this. So we were coming in, we were like, what, 54 grams before? And the battery reduction is going to be like 6.8. Let's say 6.7 because you kids like that number. And the battery holder was like 1 gram. So we're going to be, let's just say minus 8 grams. So we'll be at like 50. Sorry, 47. Did I break that? No, okay. Oh, I like how they did that clip. That was nice. Okay. Oh, bro. Yo, these Amron opticals feel great in this. Yeah, that's a weird thing is when you, like, the implementation matters a lot. You can just solder Amron opticals into different mice, and it's not just like you're going to have the amazing Amron optical goodness equivalent in every single mouse. Like, some of them feel really bad, particularly anything with angled clicks, like that whole keel structure thing. The host has retired cyber criminals on the show tell their story and how they got caught. Oh, interesting. That's fun. Cool. So these are actual criminals. So they got to be a good job at storytelling, which is tougher than people realize. I did watch like a police interrogation of a guy who was a professional home burglar. I don't know, and he was, you know, presumably getting parole or something by opening up and explaining, going publicly with tips and tricks that homeowners can do, and it's stuff that you don't think about. Like, home invasions happen during the day, and he talked about like scouting neighborhoods out during the daytime, and you just do it in broad daylight, and the trick is just do it fast. And if you have an alarm system or anything, doesn't really matter. Remember he said that this dude said nosy neighbors can be a problem if they see you out there jogging, scouting, and they don't recognize you. Yeah. Amron opticals on Attack Shark V8 feel horrible. Oh no, very light click and less tactile compared to V5. Bummer. Yeah, dude, V5 is a pretty decent mouse. I was over at Daz's place and I felt it for the first time. Yeah, I'm going with red dot skates on this. Is that the right call? I don't know, but the Amron opticals in this, dude, this feels These feel wonderful. Oh, this is 100% the Pokey Mall, like Pokey Center music. 100%. Wait, no, Route 101? Oh, okay, I guess I'm stupid. Confidently incorrect, look at me. I suppose I could base sand this mouse. I'm probably not going to sell this mouse. I do like the aesthetics, and for whatever reason, the shape feels great. And now that Omron Opticals feel great in it, you know, because when you base sand something, you just nuke the resale value. But it would allow me to get like bigger skates on here if I wanted to. I guess not that I really need to. I can just leave it flanges, just let it go, dude. All right. So maybe 46 grams with dot skates. What do we think? Oh, what? I'm missing the sensor lens. When did that fall out? Nuts. Time to disassemble again. Well, okay, well, real quick. The weight, I was going to guess 46. 44.5, so we need to add in the... That's also without the little door here. We do need to add in the lens, wherever that went off to. Well, nuts. Well, I noticed when I was testing the mouse, I didn't have it. Oh, boy. Yeah, another disadvantage of wearing headphones. I can't hear if it fell. Bro, it's just like gone. Oh no. Well, nuts. Like I'm damn near thinking about sacrificing a mouse. It's a smaller lens though, which I don't have as many of. Good luck finding that. Yeah, I know, because it's transparent too, you know? Okay, well, let me think while I disassemble this. When I went over there and tested this wired after soldering the switches, I noticed there wasn't the lens on it, and it just did not compute with me. My thought was just like, oh, that's right, I can only test the clicks because the lens is gone. Did I drop it on the pad over here? Maybe it fell out on the pad? Man, it's transparent and it's small. Not as bad as dropping. Micro switches aren't terrible because at least they're like black. On my carpet, I'd be able to see them on my beige carpet, but clear kind of sucks. Let me know if you feel something sharp, Lauren, down there. I dropped a little plastic clear thing, sensor lens. The size of, I don't know, how big is a sensor lens, guys? The size of a fingernail, but thicker. The size of a Tic Tac. Maybe a little bit bigger than a Tic Tac, and it's clear and squarish. It might be up here. It probably fell out up here. I just need to look around for it. I just have no idea when it went missing, because I never took it out on purpose. Yeah, it's not in the bin there. I know sometimes I've had... Oh, nice, you found a screw. Heck yeah, Lauren, thank you. Sometimes I've had screws missing and they've been stuck to the foam pad of this thing. Isn't that funny? Put that away. Put that away. You want to feed him? And then go to bed? Okay. Does he need to be fed? It's 9:30 now. Anything you can do beforehand, like showering? Or anything you wanted to do? Okay, well. I can do the next feeding then, when he wakes up. You want to just go to bed?
What time are you going to bed?
I don't know. I need to find the sensor lens. I don't really know. I'm not tired yet.
But like, are you still tonight or?
No, I don't. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't really have a time frame for going to bed.
Okay. I was gonna say like if 5 p.m. now, then you could do the next feeding if you're still up. If you don't think you'll still be up, then.
I could go either way. I could do this feeding or the next one. I can be flexible to whatever you want more.
Yeah, my food's not gorge, so it might be a good time for you to go to bed.
Okay. Dude, I am not gonna be able to find this, am I? Ugh. Um.
Make sure you keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't die, okay?
Yep. I wonder if I put it in like here with my switches. No. Boy, this is an exciting stream. The only thing I can think of is if it fell. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always losing things. I guess I'm just gonna feel around on the carpet until maybe it comes up. Always sucks when it bounces like crazy. You did? Yeah. Yeah, bro, I really don't know. Didn't fall into the mouse pad up here? Onto the boxes? No. You think it fell onto the baby? Yeah, mouse parts hit him on the head. That'd be funny. Oh, brother. Like, I didn't throw it out or something stupid, did I? No. I remember I threw out the transmitter and receiver diodes. Oh, no way, it's in the garbage. What? No way.
Just make sure he's breathing.
Yep. I need some long tweezers to reach this bitch. Why was it in the garbage? Chat, I found it. What? How did I put it in there? So I'm gonna rewind the stream. That's crazy. Crazy cupcakes. Brooklyn Nine-Nine TV show reference. Great TV show, by the way.
Let's change its next diaper. Most diapers in there, the ones all to the left aren't the ones that we like. The like 3 or 4 to the right are like all brand ones, so I would not use those overnight. So I'm probably gonna blow out.
Okay, sounds good, hun. Good luck finding that. Yep, I found it though. I'm gonna turn on the soldering iron too, because then I can melt it to the... I guess it does give me more appreciation for the companies who melt the lens to the sensor. I'll show you guys how to do that. It's really easy. So I just turned on my soldering iron for a little bit and then turned it off so that it can cool down just a little bit, because you don't need a lot of heat. Just gonna melt a couple plastic tabs. I wonder how much the sensor lens weighs. My guess is 0.45. 0.58, there you go. 0.57. Alright, so we're gonna be a 55 gram mouse then. Make sure we get the thing oriented correctly. Come on, you. Oh, well, I don't have it oriented correctly. That would help, huh? There we go. Okay, so when you're like this, You can see the little clear tabs from the lens poking up through. So we're just gonna take our toasty soldering iron. There we go. Just to make that a little bit melty. Melt that one down a little bit. That's it. And now the lens is not just going to fall out like it did before. You know how when it fell out is I had this in the jaws here, and I had this over the garbage bin, and that's when it fell out. Yep. Mystery solved. Did you find it? Yes, I sure did. I got lucky. It was in the. I was like, there's no way it can be in my little garbage, my little green AG1 garbage bin. But it was. Oh, that screw is okay. So Royal Kludge is interesting. Both of their releases, the RKM3 and the MG5, are both like decent mice. They're also both clones. So this is a Dex Mini clone. Y'all can go watch the early... Wait, what the heck happened to the screw? Wait, what? What? The screw? Wait, what? Where did it go? The screw got sucked towards this. And it got sucked towards the base because it was down on the mouse pad here, and they got sucked towards the base. Bro, I am so good at losing stuff apparently. Okay, I guess it like flipped up and around somehow. Okay, it's crazy. This music, is this the surf music? By the way, this background on this Pokemon song here, this would be another pretty cool mousepad art piece for Matrova. Oh wait, that was Pokemon Center. Oh, Lily Cove City. Oh, here we go. This is Pokemon Center, yes. I love how it's like a lo-fi version. That's so funny. Who here uses Bluetooth on their mice? Like, I never use Bluetooth, but I can definitely see it being a selling point. Like, I don't know, if I were to make a mouse, I don't know what the cost increase is for having Bluetooth. Like, I imagine a lot of MCUs have like a Bluetooth controller integrated or whatever. And a lot of factory firmwares have whatever is needed for it to just be like a very low cost to implement. But not everyone does it, right? Is it MCHO's mice that don't have Bluetooth? Is it Real Tech? No, they have Bluetooth. Who am I thinking of? Is it ATK? A9 has it. Does Duckbill? Duckbill does not. Well, I mean, like, Duckbill's a premium product, so they know that their user base is not going to use Bluetooth. I don't know, but does anyone here use Bluetooth, right? The big downside is like the latency, right? It's 125 hertz polling, and I think it's also like lower latency or higher latency. Oh, ROM doesn't. That's right. ROM does not. Yes, that is correct. They do not. Yeah, that's got to be such a bummer for some people. I don't really see people talk about it, so maybe it's not an issue in the enthusiast space. But what about the space that's like the people who lurk r/mouse review and definitely make purchasing decisions based on info there, but they don't at all like contribute, so they're not like super degenerates, you know? Because there's probably people out there who, let's say you take it to the office and you want the battery life improvement or whatever, or you have like multiple PCs set up I could see a use case for it. Yeah, Lamzu also. Have you tried the ATK U2 or VXC Mad R, and do you like those shapes? Yeah, I've owned both. I currently still have a Mad R in red. Yeah, fantastic little mouse. That used to be like one of the value goats. Oh my gosh, did I lose another screw? Wait, where is it? Oh no, and the baby's waking up too. Oh, the world is coming to an end. I recognize this song too. I am guessing all of them incorrectly, so I'm not even gonna give a guess. My brain wants to give a guess. What did I do with that other screw, huh? Okay, baby's still asleep, which is good. Oh, there's the other screw. It was underneath the garbage bin. Always check the garbage bin, I suppose. ATK U2 is just another like Zowie U2 clone. I'm not a fan of the shape. It forces you into like a relaxed claw. Like it forces me to do this with my fingers, and my natural grip is this. It forces me to extend my fingers, which is probably good for ergonomics, but then I feel like I lose out on in-hand maneuverability. Like if your fingers are fully extended like this, any upward mouse motion you have to do your arm. Whereas if you keep your fingers curled like this, I can go both down into my palm and I can go up. Again, my neutral position's here. So neutral, up, up, down, 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 down. But don't take aiming advice from me. I'm just a Kovacs Diamond player, so nothing special. Hi, doggy. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, that's our girl. She does do that. She's did that to me twice this week. Yeah. Yeah, hi, Nova. We could try taking you potty, huh? Let me finish up the stream here because I finally found all my stuff. And now I can take some photos. And what did this guy ask? Also, how hard would it be for me to swap switches in my ROM Leviathan V4 as they are way too heavy for my use case? I've never soldered anything in life before though. They're using TTC optical V2s, which are not the easiest to desolder because they're using they're in a 5-pin optical switch. So if you've never soldered before, I wouldn't do it. I would start first with like a standard 3-pin mechanical switch. And if you get a couple of those under your belt, then I would say attempt a 5-pin optical. Oh, and Nova has to go potty. Same exact grip as you. I like pulling the mouse into my palm, debating on getting a Strider. 10s would be good for that style. Personally, I really like the Strider because it's a rather aggressive shape. But let's finish up the stream here. So we're at 45.11 grams. I'm gonna throw that on there too. And I might come back and live stream some more tonight, but I think I'm going to wrap up this review. Just gonna get some photos for Reddit. You guys can always search my stuff. It's always titled Disassembly. Or you can even follow people on Reddit. I don't know if you guys knew that. You can follow users. So just like when you join a subreddit, you get them in your newsfeed. If you follow a user, you'll get their stuff in your newsfeed. Anyway. Yeah, this is a nice little mouse. TLDR, excellent buy it, like 50 bucks. $60 that they're asking on AliExpress. A little steep, but that's what coupons and cashback and rewards are for. So, yeah, Mousecast is going to probably be usual time again this week. Need to figure out some things with Daz. Thank you guys so much for watching. I might live stream more tonight. I'll tweet about it if I do. Okay, see you guys later.